Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of NKU Sports Break. I'm your host, Carly Motzer, and I'm so excited to be joined by Chris Hafling this week. Chris, what does your day-to-day look like right now as one of the assistant athletic directors? How is everything different with COVID?
Definitely different right now than I guess what you would call a normal year. Fall sports has been postponed until the spring. Hopefully we're able to play fall sports in the spring along with our spring sports season. So this fall we're not having any competitions, which is a little bit different, certainly a lot different than what we normally are doing right now. We'd be in the throes of cross country and men's, women's soccer and volleyball, but instead, our teams are practicing. So we do have our student athletes on campus. They are practicing. And in my role, I oversee our game and event operations as well as our athletic facilities. So working on a lot of planning right now for basketball and then spring, hopefully being able to play all of our sports in the spring. So putting some event plans together for that. And then also maintaining and managing our facilities right now, because even though we're not competing on them, we certainly are practicing in our facilities right now and have our student athletes and coaches back. And then also in my role, I've also am working not only with the athletics committee, but also the universities committee on some of our COVID-19 preparations and responses. So working through quite a bit of that as well, which takes up quite a bit of my day, and essentially just trying to do everything we can to keep things as safe and as we can to make sure that all of our students on campus, faculty, staff can stay as healthy as possible during what, as you described, is a little bit of a weird time right now.
It is absolutely a weird time, and with health and safety being at the forefront of that, what kind of changes can Norse Nation expect to see as they look forward to what can hopefully be a winter and kind of spring-fall season?
Definitely, it will definitely be a little bit different from all angles. Starting with our fans and supporters. In terms of events, there definitely will be some differences from what we have been able to do in the past in terms of capacities, in terms of seating, making sure that we're following guidelines from, essentially we like to say we're going to follow the guidelines of our university, of Northern Kentucky University, the Horizon League, that we're a member of as a conference, then the NCAA, of course, overseeing all of our Division I athletics program, and then the Commonwealth of Kentucky, following those guidelines, as well as the CDC from medical. So when we're going through things, we're looking at 4, 5, 6 different sets of guidelines at times that we're trying to make sure we meet as we move through that process. So, I think the two biggest things that you hear a lot are social distancing and masking. And you will see that at all of our events, and it's occurring right now in our practices on campus. So it is different for our student athletes as well. Luckily, they're back on the field in the gym, which is really great that they're actually back in there, but certainly is a little bit of a different practice than what they have been used to in the past, because we are certainly masking and we have some social distancing, but yeah, it's definitely different, but hopefully in the end, it will keep everyone as healthy as possible and will allow us to sometime during this 2020-21 academic year to be able to compete in all of our sports, hopefully.
As we work through all of this craziness and all of these new rules and regulations, are there any kind of life changes or philosophies that you have been able to take away from it? Any kind of life lessons, that good stuff?
For me, I think it certainly makes you appreciate things more. You also, and it's a little bit different. I think a lot of cases you want to meet new people, you want to get out there and interact with a lot of people, but in this situation, you kind of are trying to do the opposite. You're trying to keep your bubble, if you will, smaller, and it's something we talk to our student athletes about. I know our coaches do a lot about trying to keep your bubble as small as possible. Just keep your close friends and family around, as best as you can. And, so I certainly think, it certainly is a little bit different in terms of how you move forward, but it's one of those things too, where I think it's just, you certainly appreciate a little bit more. I certainly appreciate my role and my position here at NKU a little bit more with, with having the impact that we can have on 18 to 22, 23-year-olds every year, and watching them compete at the highest level, it's so awesome. And right now it's it's a little sad because you're not able to see that, which is why I've actually kind of gone around to a few practices just to see some people out there doing some things. But yeah, I think that's the main thing. And I think always also making sure from a life perspective too, that we realize that, we have friends, family members. I mean, some of us know people that have unfortunately gotten very sick, and some of us know people that have passed away from this, from this virus. So it's definitely something that, our end goal is to certainly keep our coaches, staff, faculty, students as safe as possible, keep them as healthy as possible, which in turn for us in athletics will allow us to play a season in 2020-21 at some point, hopefully in the spring.
We've all spent a lot of time kind of wondering about the future and what we're looking forward to is even going to look like. And it is sad with all of that unknowing. So I want to end it on a bit of a warm and fuzzy, a little happier note to pick it up on. What is your favorite NKU athletics memory?
Oh, goodness. I have actually been here for a while now. I've been at NKU I started here in 2008, February 2008, so I've been here for a while. So there are actually a lot of them, I will tell you that. It's a really good question. I don't know. I mean, we've won quite a few championships along the way. We hosted the Division II Elite Eight back when we were still in Division II. That was a really neat time. But honestly, and I guess it's not a specific event, but honestly, one of the things that to me I enjoy the most is it's amazing like how many emails or phone calls I'll get from student athletes that were here in 2008, 2009, 2010, and seeing where they are now and seeing some of them with families and things like that, and staying in touch with them. That to me, it kind of boils down to the people. And, I've been very fortunate in my time here to work with some really good people, not only in athletics, but within the university, and from a faculty staff standpoint, and also from a student athlete standpoint. So for me, those are the memories, that it's not one specific one, but those are the things that certainly stay with me.
Anytime a university can create a culture that has like the culture itself at the forefront of the most positive thing you associate with it is definitely something great to accomplish. And I think something all universities definitely strive for, that family atmosphere where everyone stays in touch with everyone and we all just kind of continue to watch each other grow.
Yeah, it just makes me feel older by the day as I see some of our student athletes from the past, and I look at their kids who are now 9, 10 years old, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm getting older quickly.
Well, Chris, thank you so much for coming on this week. It was a pleasure to have you. Everyone give NKU Norse a follow on social media to be able to keep up with all of our favorite NKU athletics material and news as we get new information just about every day for you guys. Chris, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Carly. Appreciate it.